Blue Zerg player from Imaginary Gaming, TargA. And his opponent down to the bottom right is the Red Terran player from Millennium, representing Team Baguette here, MarineLorD. Going to be scouting with his SCV in the incorrect direction to begin with, but that's okay because his Reaper will find his opponent in the bottom left hand position pretty soon in this game. Second Reaper going to be coming down here in TargA. He opened with a hatchery, a pool and a gas. As we had to just kind of skipped the first couple of minutes of this TVZ while the ads played out there, guys. So well, while the ads played out, if I ever started the ads, that would have been useful. Wow, what a failure by me. Yeah, we need to help. We need to sustain the team league. Better not play the adverts. Okay. Anyways, Reaper moving towards the bottom left-hand corner here, and MarineLorD just going to be able to find his opponent, and as he pops in, he will look to get a little bit of damage done with this early Reaper. First couple of lings on the way, and the first queens as well will be the real sign of when this Reaper will have to leave. But until then, this base is his kingdom. And he will already be starting to chase down one of these drones here. TargA doesn't really want to make that into anything because he doesn't want to lose that piece of gas, I imagine. Ooh, he loses one that just doesn't quite get the spore crawler in time. As these couple of lings coming in, they're starting to continue to chase though. He's putting these drones back into gas as more lings pop out. And the queen about to come out here as well. He returns those two pieces of gas and heads up and around, just keeping the drones alive. Second Reaper coming in, but the queen out now helps a lot in the defense as TargA will finally get up towards 100 gas to be able to start surging speed. And going from this point onwards. Reaper's taking a little bit of damage there, but Bruin's taking more in the overall run of this, and ooh, Reaper just pulling back there at the right moment. Of course, that's what makes these guys so good. They practice so much, and they know exactly when to pull back from these battles. Hello, Define, how are you doing today? It's fine. Monday afternoon. Monday afternoon over here in the UK. Free Reaper opening is quite an aggressive variant of the openings which Terran players can go for. So free early Reapers is, yeah, it's he's going into free command set behind it, but it really is suggesting that he wants to really focus on keeping his opponent pinned back a little bit in his base and stuff like that. Reactor has just finished on the barracks, and that's the factory he'll land in on top of it right now, as the starport is on the way up as well. So yeah, I mean, we're just getting into a very standard mid-game here from our Terran, nothing really too surprising. Second gas is the one thing which TargA maybe really wants to come in and scout, because that will tell him that this will probably be a Banshee, more so than any kind of medevac, although the barracks lifting off the tech lab and the starport about to land onto it will also tell him that exact same thing, so that's pretty much okay as this wall begins to get set up. One depot in there right now. Zergling speed is on the way about to finish here, and these lings look as though they're just going to position themselves to the north a little, and TargA will just be waiting for his opponent to move out with his first few Reapers and Hellions before moving in with the Zerglings and trying to see if he can get some damage. Of course, he'll know when them Hellions are out on the map because he's got Overlords to spot for them heading towards his creep, which is going to be the main target here most likely of the Hellions. In fact, there he goes straight away. Right now he actually comes in. That's actually just good game sense as the second set of Hellions start to come out here. A couple of lings getting towards the main. They're going to be able to scout, see whether it's Cloak Banshee or not. You'll see it's cloakless, and he's going to grab one worker there. One worker is not a lot, but again, he gets a full scout of the main base as well on top of this, and pulls these Hellions back for a moment or two as well. He's going into a fairly fast lair behind this. It's not a super fast lair, but it is fairly quick, and he's going to be able to put down the Spire fairly soon here. But I mean, it's 2-base muter, but it's not the fastest possible ever 2-base muter. If I'm going to be, if I'm not mistaken, I mean, lair finishing 8:15. Spire's going to take until 10 minutes. You can definitely get 2-base muters out faster than this. So maybe just the way he was delayed a little bit early on, having to pull units around. This third base actually has to get cancelled, and that's slightly annoying here, as these Reapers and Hellions will actually be able to just make it away through this alley on the left-hand side. They're actually going to turn around though, try and deny this once again, as the drone will be on its way back in a moment or two. First Banshee out, and of course, I mean, TargA knows it's not Cloak Banshee, so he's in no real threat of having to put down spore crawlers or anything just yet. There's a couple of lings trying to sneak along the right-hand side here, but they're going to get intercepted by the Hellions, and one of them will actually just manage to escape. There's actually a few more Zerglings trying to hit the wall. Seems as though they were unsuccessful in that though. And TargA just pulling away his units and trying to keep as many as he can out on the map as possible just to survive. And MarineLorD recognizing that one's up here and will just kill it off. So the rest of them Zerglings look as though they returned home. This Banshee moving in right now has picked up 1 kill so far. The Queens will start targeting this down, and well, needs to be careful. He's got transfuse, and TargA will land that transfuse perfectly. As the Banshee needs to be a bit careful, taking a lot of damage there, down to 23 hit points. Doesn't want that to go down. So as the spy comes up, TargA is going to be aiming to, move towards his opponent's base and get some damage done. Try and find gaps in the turret lines and in the anti-air defenses. You can see because of the Banshee opening, the extra barracks are very late, so there's not actually much anti-air up at all right now. There is engineering base, so we can see turrets. As some Zerglings move in here. And there's a Viking as well. First 2 medevacs on the way, but there just really isn't that much anti-air right now, which is kind of going to potentially be the main problem, as the first Mutalisks do start up. 5 in production right now, but there's the first turrets, and again, with good turret coverage, you should be able to really minimize the damage these Mutas can do. There'll still be a couple of ins and outs, like the Mutas could sneak through here and maybe find themselves on this other side of the mineral line. And this mineral line is very bare, only 9 SCVs on it. I mean, I know he's building with a lot of them right now. He's got 18 down here, and he's actually already transferred a bunch over to his third base, so that is why. As another Overlord goes down for TargA, hitting him into a supply block for Overlord start up in the production tab as a response to this. As these first few Mutas are coming down to the south side, but again, the turret coverage pretty nice. It covers important tech structures here, and is important, well, production basically, not really tech structures, are they? This is Protoss. A couple of SCVs go down on this third base then, and the depot gets killed off as well. Another turret going to be added on, and I mean, there's enough Marines starting to come out now. This cooling tower could be taken down and added to block off this pathway of counterattacks for the Zergers. He actually is going to get Zerglings into the main base, and this is a little bit disastrous here because no units about to pop out. He's having to run through Marines just to try and deal with this, as at the same time these Mutas are flying around looking to see what they can really get up to. 4 workers killed so far, and that's going to keep on rising as slowly but surely these Marines will kill them, the things off, but there's actually not that many Marines here, so 13 workers killed by TargA, and this was a fantastic little attack by him, getting a lot of damage done against the Terran player, just finding an opportunity to run by with those Zerglings and getting something done. So TargA is in a pretty good position right now. He's going to be able to shut down this Viking, which has picked up 5 kills. That's a lot of overlords to hunt down early in the game, as this Banshee is actually still positioned ready to deny a drone moving towards taking a 4th base. 70 drones for the Zerg player then, and he's pretty much set now for the rest of the game. Might go up to 76 to 80, so just a handful more, but other than that, he's going to be pretty much good to go. 1 more melee upgrades are, of course, behind that of the Terran because of the 2 base Mutalisk opening, but an armory on the way for MarineLorD only just now means his own 2-2 is going to be delayed, and that upgrade disadvantage is going to be a big factor here. As, again, MarineLorD for now, his goal is just going to be to defend these Mutas, get set up with some turrets, and then start pushing across the map. And he's really going to want to try and rally push here on horizontal spawns, but the creep spread is going to slow him down, and that's something which he's not really done too good a job of denying at all through this game. And I'm surprised he hasn't actually moved out with his 1-1 upgrades, and with just a couple of medevacs to try and see if he can just, shut down a few of these creep tumors, slow this creep a little bit, as the Mutas are going to start coming into towards the main base here. The turret coverage isn't brilliant. This turret's actually in a really bad spot for repairing. You can see the SCVs just can't get to it, and it's going to go down very quickly, which means these Mutas will get good damage done in the main. 5-7 workers killed once again before being turned away, and again, these Mutas, they really do cause some sandbags for some reason. 3 Mutas going down to these Marines, and that was TargA maybe just sticking around a little bit too long, trying to get that depot. He does get it, but 3 Mutalisks for an extra depot, not really worth, as he loses his overseer now as well, as he tries to come in towards his third base. He just lost a ton of Mutalisks there. He's actually lost 11 throughout the game. I think quite a lot of them might have just been then, because it feels as though he had a lot more than this just a few moments ago. The lanes through Baines moving forwards here, a lot of mines from MarineLorD as the scanner comes down to start clearing out this creep. He will start to push a lot of this back, and coming forwards here, we might see TargA trying to take an engagement. There's not too many Banelings though. In fact, there's not too much of anything for TargA right now. He's actually got a lot more in the back, so that's just an initial wave to try and soak a couple of mine shots early on here. As, oh my god, what rolled through here? 15 workers killed again? MarineLorD just cannot keep his workers alive. This might, I mean, it must have been just a ling run by, I imagine. Apologies for missing that one, but 15 more workers going down. And that puts TargA a 30 worker lead, so, really here, if TargA just keeps up the, if he just survives the main push from his opponent, he should be fine. He's picking off another couple of workers now, with these Mutalisks just all over the place. He's going to find a sensor tower. Now that's expensive to kill off. It actually gets cancelled there, so that's nice. TargA might be about to lose his 4th base, but I think that's a very minor worry for him right now, because again, he's so far ahead in the economy. He probably knows he's done so much here that he's not going to really risk a fight off of creep to defend a 4th base when he's so far ahead, I don't think. MarineLorD has been working up that SCV count, though. He is back up to 41 here, which, while not a lot, it is something, as Lings once again looking for a run by, and the wall is open here. 4th base goes down though. TargA does lose this as the Mutas again looking for trying to find some damage over here. Lings are once again into this natural, but mostly going to run up in towards the main base, as a couple of workers are not going to go down, and Lings turn into chasers away against... whoa, this is bad. 2-2 upgrades for TargA in a really bad position. In fact, their Zero Chambers are in a horrible position. I actually don't think you can fight against this because of just how badly positioned they are. As he kills off 3 of these mines, he's going to try and come through to save this. I mean, it's just such a choke point for him to fight into. There's not many medevacs here for MarineLorD though, and TargA is starting to swell forwards. There's a few mines left in the back, but they're actually just going to go off on very few units, as these banelings will actually clean up the rest of this, and TargA actually takes that fight convincingly in the end. I think the most important thing is probably the fact that there's just no real medevac numbers for MarineLorD at all, and I wonder why. He must have been losing a few of them. No, he hasn't really lost many medevacs all game long. It doesn't show any lost here. That can't be right. He can't possibly have lost no medevacs all game. Yeah, he doesn't really have any medevacs, which is a bit crazy, and TargA takes a significant lead now because, of course, he has the economy to build up after this engagement. Scan coming down from MarineLorD wants to know the kind of economy situation for TargA, as TargA going to be able to take down this Marine. Drone's going to start actually long distance mining over here. Is that 4 in range? I mean, he will see these drones mining there. I don't think he can do much about it, as TargA needs to be a little bit careful, doesn't want to fire the Mutalisks into a 4 right now. Single medevac of units will move over here to try and help stop this long distance mining from going on. And MarineLorD, I mean, he's still alive here. He's still 20 workers down, but equal on army supplies. One of the main things from that last fight, I guess, which we were mentioning as it started but didn't really follow up on, is the fact that them 2-2 upgrades, they did end up surviving here. So they're in the worst possible position for where MarineLorD was coming from. But with the 2-2 now finishing, with the 2-2 surviving, it does now finish, and that evens up the upgrades here. 3-3 on the way for the Terran. But even upgrades for potentially this next fight, as MarineLorD starts to push out a little bit onto the creep. But Mirrors, okay, sorry, actually some Banelings coming in for a counter-attack, and MarineLorD's not paying attention. 5 Banes go down. Zergling's running by into the natural once again. This time, there is a wall up. The wall is up at the main base, and these Marines are going to load into the bunkers. These Zerglings just going to hold position over here. 9 workers, 10, 11 killed in total during this set of run-bys with the Banes and the Lings. MarineLorD still out in the middle of the map. 13 workers killed, so again, TargA is consistently shutting down his economy. That's 56 workers killed by the Terran player so far this game. And now the Mutas in the 3rd base. There's no anti-air in position apart from 1 turret, but that's too slow to kill off all of these Mutas, of course. And 18 workers killed. TargA has to cancel his 4th base once again, though. Resources lost is way worse than the Zerg player, so it's so important that he actually does start mining from a 4th base sometime soon, as you know, he's okay-ish for now because he's being traded, because, you know, he's okay for now because because MarineLorD's not had much economy, but he'll need a 4th base to mine from. His main base is already mined out, so he's going to be pretty much oversaturated. Yeah, he's oversaturated at the natural. 3rd base is on the way as well, as again, over to his left-hand side, receiving this position, this attack coming in from MarineLorD, and it's not really the best of positions to really be attacking into. Mutas coming in once again, but again turned away, and the Muta count severely decreased, providing some mines or something. And all of a sudden, TargA may be in a little bit of trouble. He's starting to lose his 3rd base. He's evacuating over towards the 4th, and he's just not fighting this army right now. And there's a lot of Lings coming up this top side. They want to come around and come in from 2 angles at the same time. So when he's kiting backwards, he's just running into more Ling Bane. Neither player have much of a bank at this point in time, and it's going to be maybe come down to whoever takes the better fight here. As Scan comes down, and here we go, Muta's starting to fly forwards, and MarineLorD, is he going to take this fight, or is he just going to back away from it? And now he just sits around not doing too much, to drop into the main base. A few Zerglings have to come in and start dealing with this, as he's going to start trying to retreat, but he's going to walk straight into a bunch of Banelings, and MarineLorD not expecting this at all. There's not pre-split or anything, there's kind of no space to pre-split, so he takes a lot of damage here. Just by TargA having his units in position, and MarineLorD can't really leave. He's got so many reinforcements to try and get back to, but he's not in a good position at all to fight, and he's completely cut off from his reinforcements. TargA might just leave them alone and come down here. He's got another base set up. He needs to get the gases going there, otherwise he will lose those. He's trying to re-establish his base up here as well. As TargA, is he just going to come up this high ground? It looks as though he might try and go for this. He's going to go forwards here. There's a couple of mines going off. They didn't actually really go off on too much though, as MarineLorD is stemming back with this army over here to try and get into position. This third base is probably going to go down. Banelings are going to chase after the SCVs. TargA just needs to turn around and engage this next army, I think, or is he just going to escape? He might just escape, and that's actually a very smart move as well, just getting out of there, giving himself time to rebuild. As MarineLorD is very quick over towards into a position where he can attack this, and now there will be the mines coming into play, and that was being one advantage of fighting previously here. As moving forwards, the mine hits are going to blow up on so many Bane lanes. But it looks as though TargA might just about have enough to keep pushing forwards. There's just a few Marines left, a couple more mines go down. More Marines starting to come forwards here though. TargA is just desperate to try and get whatever he can. He's got a lot of Mutalisks. He needs to buy himself some time. He needs to morph in some Banes a little bit further away from this army. He might actually lose this hatchery. That fort is so low on hit points here. We're on 41 drones to 23 SCVs, 53 army supply to 76. TargA has another base about to finish over here. His drones can go and mine from there. MarineLorD has barely any mining. He has no third base landed at this point as he's moving forwards, and this might be his last little push forwards here. Some mines are potentially going to go off, and they start going off from here. Some friendly fire being done. As the 4 drops off, it's just going to survive once again here. And TargA, does he have enough to be able to just hold on? Perhaps he's got a few more links streaming out. These Marines, are they just a little bit too cost efficient with that 3-3, that 1-4 in the back, doing so much damage despite being on only 9 hit points for the longest of times here. Mutas are going to try and come in from behind. He gets no, he doesn't get the 4, the little pickup. And I'll get another shot onto the Mutalisks now. TargA buying more time here. 14 more Lings, 2 more Banelings on the way as he's going to shut down the reinforcing Marines right now. Queens need to try and transfuse each other, just save each other for as long as possible. Baneling's going to come forwards, crashes onto some of these Marines. The medevacs are pretty much out of energy here. Drones might even just have to be pulled into this as TargA is continuing to just try. He sees his opponent has no economy. This is an incredible game right now. We're down to 58 supply against 78. Neither player really has mining bases anymore. In fact, TargA has no mining bases, whereas MarineLorD still does have a little bit on his natural. Drones are continuing to be chased here by the Terran player. Up to this north side. Looks as though that 4 did finally go down. TargA just trying to make a couple of lings wherever he can. He maybe needs to try and long distance mine from over here once again. Maybe try and get something done with these last few Mutalisks. He doesn't even have the money to make an overseer right now, so he can't even kill off mines which are burrowed. As he sees a few more units coming through the middle of the map. Mutas might try and leap onto that here. These Marines in the centre. And a couple of mines burrowing now. The mines are going to definitely kill off some of these Banelings, and oh, they kill off so much! And that might be it. That might be enough for MarineLorD to push forwards here. GG. And MarineLorD is going to take Baguette up to a 3-1 advantage. TargA